Okay, now I want to go over the first law of creation. Now, you exist, and in some form you always will exist. I spoke about this a little bit before, but the concept behind it is interchangeable with the principles of creation itself. You have the individual that exists, and the individual always will exist. If you look at creation, creation always will exist itself. Anything you experience within creation, any type of idea you come up with, no matter how strange it is or how just otherworldly it is, no matter you say that can't make sense, it doesn't sound real, in some way it does exist because an individual cannot conceive of non-existence. So if you try to think of non-existence, your mind is not able to do that. You can think of emptiness, you can think of like nothingness, a void, but that's still something. So in no way, shape, or form can any individual on this planet, under any circumstance, conceive of non-existence. Their mind is not capable of it. That shows you right there that whatever you can come up with, whatever you can think of, somewhere exists. So now going back to what I was saying, the individual exists. They're putting out existence. This is going to tie into the third law. What you put out comes back. But okay, you're putting out existence. You exist. So now you always will exist because it will come back to you. That reflection's coming back to you. And any type of thing you can think of, anything you want to do, if it's really strange, chances are you're not going to be able to manifest it for your state of existence. But if you come up with some sort of idea you want to have or some sort of achievement, it's very probable. And then you decide, okay, I would like to exist like this. I want my state of being to be like this. So then you start doing the sorts of things that individual would do to achieve that, to get to that state of existence. Now going back again, you exist in some form, you always will exist. So energy itself does not die. So if an individual passes away, they still have their spiritual essence. Usually if somebody dies on an operating table, their body will show less weight. It will show this person lost this much weight right away. So the spirit goes on. It goes back into what you call the ghost zone, the spiritual realm, and then it can stay there for however it wants to stay there. And then it can go into a new incarnation at any time. It can have an incarnation, let's say in this life, come back, and say, well, I want to do this differently. I want to choose a different area of the world to live in, but I want similar circumstances, so I can rework these themes out. So the state of existence is much like the creator, creation. And that gets into the second law. The one is the all, and the all is the one. So the one is exemplifying all of creation. And then the all of creation, the all is going back to the one. So you have the one is all, the all is one. That's going to number 2. And so you move on, and then once you get to 4, change is the only constant except for the first 3. So the next after 1, you exist. The next 3 laws, always they really have a grasp on supporting each other. It's easy to explain them when you look at the other ones. Okay, so existence, you exist in some form, you always will exist. And so what I'd like to do is be able to break these down into practical ways where people say, I have this issue, I have that issue. How can I use this as an insight? That's up for the individual to determine. Any type of religion or any type of philosophy or business or any type of magic or anything comes off these first 4 laws. So any other principle or anything else is based off of these 4. In any area of creation, not just in any area of civilization, but in any area of creation, all entities through creation are subject to these 4. And these cannot be broken. So if you're talking about extraterrestrials or interdimensional type beings, no matter what frequency or density they're on. You can say they're in the angelic realm, they're in like a demonic realm. It doesn't matter. They're all subjected to these four principles, these four laws. And out of these, then you start to build on other concepts: vibration, frequency, yada 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 yada, and you keep going and going. This is nothing new. This is nothing new. There's a lot of information that's been out there for centuries and thousands of years that go back to this. I like to think, when you think of something like when you think of something like a witch hunt, a lot of times the people that were being persecuted were not really witches. They were just, mediums and people into esoteric types of stuff, average people who wanted to express spirituality in different ways outside the norm of a religious context. And so, over the years, over the centuries, thousands of years, a lot of information has been burned or destroyed or stolen under the context of a witch hunt. And so, in modern times today, a lot of this information is resurfacing. One of the first things that's been coming out in recent years is this concept of the four laws of creation. But you can go speak to any Buddhist or deep mystic or anybody, and they'll be able to. They may explain it somewhat differently, but it'll still be the same. It'll be the same four laws, but they may have some sort of different perspective on it, like the delivery of it, how they say it may be different. So again, you can take this and apply it to your life however you want, and then out of it, you build in other areas. You may say, oh, I want to go into co-creation, manifestation, or I want to know more about this, I want to know more about that. But you can always come back to this basic four.